There we go. And then we're going to go live on Facebook as well. So we're beginning today. And this is the first day of Lent, right? We spoke about Lent on Monday when I shared with you. I shared my Lenten practices, what I was thinking of doing, and what I have done before. And I'm hoping that this Lent will be even better than anyone before, right? So yes, Ash Wednesday, it's to say that this has begun, and we're going to go together, growing in faith, growing like in our personal lives, our professional lives. And maybe this is when I share a little bit about like how I practice my faith, so that when we are here together, we can all cherish what unites us, and we can all understand our differences as well, right? I think what has happened lately is that there have been lots of misconceptions about like what people are when they practice their faiths in one way or another. And people have been labeled for having faith or not, right? So I was raised Catholic. I was born and raised Catholic. I was talking to my mom last week, and well, yeah, my mom is in Brazil. She's not here, so I don't talk to her like every time, all the time. But we were just like having this chat, and then I asked her, because I was born on a Tuesday, and I was baptized on that very first coming Sunday. And it was pretty quick, because like I think now, like with my son, for instance, my son was born in September, he was baptized in October. My daughter, well, it took longer for us to take her because we wanted to do that in Brazil, where everybody was going to be together, and we wanted our families to celebrate her baptism with us. So we didn't really want to do it by ourselves alone here in New York. We actually went to Brazil, and we had that on Mother's Day in May. So she was born in January, and we waited until May so that we could be with our families. Meaning, in my family, practicing and like really living our faith is something very strong, very, very strong. Then my mom shared that back then there was like baptisms like once a month, which is common now as well. And that she did not want to wait a month. And then there was this thing in the past that you didn't want the kid to die without having like been baptized and things like this, which is why they would baptize kids so early. Okay, that set aside. The thing is, I don't know myself without faith, without fighting faith, without living faith, without celebrating faith, without sharing faith, without having problems with faith. Faith has always been part of my life. And I have to say that I have had my share of problems with my Catholic faith. And I have fallen in disagreement with my Catholic faith so often and for so long. But also, after quite a few years, it was in my Catholic faith that I found peace. It was in my Catholic faith that I found the Lord, that I found myself, that I actually understood my feminine genius. And I celebrate my Catholic faith so much now, because I have learned that through Catholicism, we can actually be whomever we were called to be. Many people have problems with like, oh, priests can't marry. Well, if you want to marry and you still want to be preaching, be a deacon, right? People say, oh, women cannot be priests. Yeah, because women are women. So women are nuns and priests are priests. So like their man, that's the difference, and that's the beauty. It includes everyone. If you don't want to be a priest, you don't want to be a nun, but you still want to consecrate your life, you can. There you go. You can have your own ministry. It is so rich, so rich, that it wouldn't be fair to leave my church. However, I have grown to understand why some people don't like it. And as I began this journey in which I put together all that I do through faith, I think it's only fair that I tell you that I welcome you, regardless of you being a Catholic or not. I love you regardless of like you're being a Catholic or not. I have been to so many different Christian denominations, to their rituals, masses, whatever they have, like, and I'm sorry, it's hard for me to really name it properly because I know how to go to mass, right? So I admire, I understand, I have learned so much from my fellow Baptist friends, Protestants, Sabbathists. I'm not sure like all of the denominations, but I have learned so much about the Lord, about the Bible, about this, like every scripture, about how to live faith, about how to love one another. Yet it is in the Catholic faith that I find the best model for me to be the woman that I want to be, through Mary, Mother of Jesus. So I have consecrated not only myself, but only my business to Mary. I mean, through Mary to God. That's the best way to put it. To Jesus through Mary. And why? Because she inspires me. She helps me see how women are so important in the kingdom of the Lord. So it wouldn't be fair for me not to mention her. And for a while, I haven't. I have to be honest that for a while, I haven't mentioned her. And I feel like the past few days, when I began to open a little bit more about like how I love being a Catholic, because I have brought up this feminine genius concept, some people have gone like, oh, you know what? I no longer want to hear from you. I no longer am interested in your content. And on one hand, I feel so sorry that that difference sets us apart, because I'm all for unity. I'm all for being together. And I think the Lord is so much bigger. The Lord is so much better than anything, that it makes no sense that I would, for instance, not want to follow you because you do not see Mary the way I see it, right? I still love you. I still see all of the goodness in you. And I wouldn't want to part from you because of that difference. On one hand, I feel like, oh, that's a shame. That's, I feel sorry about it. I regret that it's happening. On the other hand, however, it is like, okay, I get it. Just like sometimes you don't want to hear from someone anymore because you heard them say that they like this politician or that politician and you don't. It is okay that you don't want to hear from that person anymore. But at the same time, if you start avoiding everybody that thinks a little bit different, you will never grow. And I don't mean you as in you watching me right now. I mean you as in me, as in everyone. Because we can only grow when we are exposed to diversity. We can only grow when we understand what people who think different from us think, and why, and what has led them to think like that. So although I know that at this point you may be upset that, oh, now Lacey is talking about Our Lady. Now Lacey is talking about the feminine genius. Now Lacey is talking about being a Catholic. I no longer want to hear from her. I still want to encourage you to just like stay there, like the fly on the wall, something like this. Listen, understand. You don't have to agree or disagree, but I think that when we hear to people who have different points of views, the least that can happen is that we're growing in knowledge. The least that can happen is that we are becoming better people. Hey, Adriana, how are you? We are becoming better people because we're seeing things from a different perspective, right? So this would not happen, or this will not happen if you just start counseling someone because they see things from a different perspective. At least give that person, in this case myself, a chance, so that after you have like listened to the person, understood what's happening, you will go like and disagree, and you will actually have an argument like, oh, that's why. But you cannot take it for granted. Don't take people for granted. If someone is not exactly what you expected this person to be, that is probably the person that should be there to help you learn more about that aspect, right? I don't want you to love Our Lady. We don't worship her. We don't give like, we honor her. We honor Our Lady. That's what we do. So I honor my mom, my dad. I honor people that I love. It is in the Bible, honor your father, honor your mother. So yes, she's the mother of my father, my brother Jesus. So I have to honor her. That's how I see it. And I have to say that I have learned so much from her love as a mom. I'm a mom and I see her love for Jesus, and I see how I can learn from her. So maybe when people open themselves a little bit more to learning about others and learning about the differences instead of building walls, everything will be so much easier. So all of this video today has actually been very hard for me to come here and talk about. This is maybe why I am so paused in my words. I'm carefully thinking about the words I will say because I care for you. I care about what you think. I care about the relationship that we have developed. And I really don't think it's fair that I will just like not respect you because I decided to talk about like my faith in full honesty and transparency. So I will be very, very sad, upset if you decide that we're not friends anymore, if you decide that we are not talking anymore. I will understand. I will respect that. But I had put myself in a prison that I didn't mean to build. When I started talking about faith in style, I really, really wanted, and I still want, to bring everybody together. I wanted everyone to see our image in likeness with the image of the Lord. We were made in his likeness. We were made in his image. We are beautiful. We are good. We are perfect, just the way the Lord made us. You are perfect, just the way the Lord made you in his image. And with that, we have come together, and that has not changed. But when I began to speak about faith And I felt that there were words I couldn't say because I was going to maybe offend anyone. I was like, this is not right. I cannot have to choose words to talk to the people I love. Yeah. So yes, I am consecrated to Jesus through Mary. So is my business. Mary is my model of a woman. She's inspiration to me. She's truly inspirational. When I see her, I see you. I see women. I see strength. I see gentleness. I see grace. I see work. I see so much of women. When I think of Mary, our mother, our blessed mother, as my source of inspiration. So I am coming live to you to say Totus to Maria, Totus to Mary, Totus to our blessed mother. Through you, I come closer to Jesus every day. And with you, I'm here opening my heart and telling everyone that has been in this journey with me that I'm still the same. I'm just letting my heart talk about the woman that has brought all of this inspiration, that has actually made this come true. And as a Catholic, I honor Mary, and she'll be around now and then. You do not have to honor her, but I ask you that you respect that I honor her, and that I will inspire my behavior. I will use her as inspiration for my behavior, for my content, for what I bring to you, because there is no harm in sharing what's good. There is no harm in sharing beauty. There is no harm in sharing love. And that's what I do when I bring her into our realm, in our midst, in our world, in my tribe, in the feminine genius. So thank you for watching this live or as a replay. And I would really appreciate to hear from you and having you around me. I really value, treasure, appreciate you. And I honor you. God bless. Totus Tuus, Mary.